In 2021, I was put under house arrest in a flat in La Loma del Ángel, a five-corner small hill in Old Havana. I was a Cuban state security prisoner, monitored 24 hours by guards outside my door. All my communications were intercepted. The regime watched every single one of my steps inside the flat that became my prison. My crime? They call it conspiring against the state security. And they were right. I did conspire against the security of a totalitarian regime that spreads lies, imprisons and tortures innocent people, and submits justice to the whims of the Communist Party. After months of interrogation, harassment, false legal accusations, a state security agent known as Mario came to see me. He was concerned about my health, about the peace of the neighborhood, about the high cost it was taking for them to keep me locked up. So he made a proposal. He said, Carolina, if you agree with me to go quiet, I will end this house arrest now. You don't have to sign anything. You don't have to do a recording. All you have to do is say it. I responded swiftly. I said, Mario, you can come tomorrow, you can come 3 days from now, or 30 years, and I will give you the same answer. My commitment is to truth and justice. The police patrol, the house arrest, all the arbitrary procedures are your problem, not mine. I have never felt freer than in the streets shouting, abajo la dictadura. Under a regime with no respect for justice, rebellion becomes the law. The most pervasive aspect of the Castro regime, the longest-running autocratic power in the Western Hemisphere, is the propagation of lies. The narrative of the revolution, with its captivating tale of guerrilla fighters rising to power in the pursuit of social justice, serves as a myth to ensure the normalization of a regime in the eyes of international opinion. Yet, the Cuban democratic forces have managed to cast light into the totalitarian fiction. The night of November 27, 2020, witnessed an unprecedented public protest when hundreds gathered in front of the Ministry of Culture demanding the end of violence and the recognition of civil and political rights. 2 months afterwards, on January 27, a smaller group came to the ministry to protest on the unfulfilled demands. The perimeter was surrounded immediately by the state forces. A sense of forthcoming violence was very tangible. In the face of this escalating situation, we chose to read a poem, as if the poem was a shield to protect us from the violence. It started with these verses. 2 homes I have, Cuba and the night. Or are they only one? The protest ended with a crackdown. We were all detained violently and submitted to interrogations for hours. The year 2021 witnessed a cascade of protests that swept through the nation. One after the other, protests unfolded, creating an inspirational ripple effect that culminated in a massive uprising during the summer. The subsequent repression has plunged the country into the worst humanitarian crisis of its history. Cuba is now the country in the Americas with the highest number of political prisoners, according to official records. But despite repression, the protest movement has managed to continue. This winter, a group of activists inside Cuba and in exile joined forces and founded a platform for activists to spread solidarity and to promote collective actions of civil disobedience. We call it Cuba dice no a la dictadura. Cuba says no to dictatorship, inspiring the power of people to refuse the commands of authoritarian ruling. In the months of March, we conducted a campaign for the no in the ratification process of the National Assembly. And empty colleges, electoral colleges, proved to be another form of rebellion. Every day, the regime loses credibility. Every day, the democratic forces gain strength. Truth and justice will guide our transition as the threads holding the regime together start to vanish. The hues of freedom burst forth.